Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
When an older person squints at a face and says, "I know I've seen you somewhere," we assume the memory's fading. But new research says that's the wrong culprit. The problem isn't that the memory disappeared, it's that their eyes stopped looking at the face the same way twice. If you've ever forgotten a familiar face and quietly worried it was an early warning sign, take a breath. This affects everyone with eyes and a birthday, which is all of us. And what scientists found is oddly reassuring. Recognizing a face isn't just about storage in your brain. It's about the tiny, rapid movements your eyes make while scanning. So why would those little eye movements decide whether you know someone or not? Let's start with how your eyes actually read a face. According to researchers publishing in the Psychonomic Bulletin, people fall into two scanning styles. One group uses what's called an analytic pattern. Their eyes bounce between the two eyes and the center of the face. The other group uses a holistic pattern. They mostly fixate around the middle of the face and take it in as a whole. The analytic scanners recognized faces better. And here's the part that surprised me, that held true at every age. It wasn't about how long you stared. It was about where your eyes landed. Now, the researchers point to something even more important than the pattern itself. It's the consistency of that pattern. Picture reading a wine label in dim light. At 25, you scan it the same way 3 times in a row. Eyes, nose, mouth, shape, near identical every time. Your brain builds a match around that reliable routine. At 75, in that same dim light, you still know you should look at the eyes first. But your eyes move slower and don't land in quite the same place. One scan hits the eyes and nose, the next drifts to the mouth, the third wanders to the cheek. Your brain gets 3 different versions of one face and has to guess whether they match. Why do the eyes slow down like that? Research in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience measured it directly. As we age, our eyes make fewer jumps per second, and those jumps travel shorter distances at slower speeds. Fewer scanning chances means fewer opportunities to hit the details that matter. There's one more finding that stopped me cold. When people study a face and later try to recognize it, about 40% switch their scanning style between those two moments. And 90% of those switch from the weaker holistic pattern to the stronger analytic one. Young brains course correct in the moment. Older brains lose that flexibility. If you can't shift your strategy, you're locked into the weaker search. This is where the myth breaks down. We link age with memory loss because we've all heard about senior moments. So when someone can't place a face, we assume the memory's gone. But the evidence shows the face is still stored just fine. The breakdown is in the looking, not the remembering. For anyone whose job is comparing 2 photos side by side, that's a warning. Your first glance might scan analytically. Your second glance, 2 minutes later and distracted, might go holistic. You'd be comparing 2 different snapshots and calling it one judgment. So the real thief was never forgetting. It's that your eyes can't repeat themselves, and your brain quietly treats each inconsistent scan as if it were the truth. Let me make this simple. Recognizing a face depends on your eyes scanning it the same way every time. As we age, those eye movements slow down and get sloppy, so each look becomes a slightly different picture. That mismatch feels like forgetting, but it's really just your eyes losing their rhythm. So if you ever blank on a familiar face, don't panic about your memory. Your brain probably still knows exactly who they are. The written version goes deeper. Links below.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.